Okay guys, welcome to another episode of Let's Play. It's good to see you guys again. Hopefully you guys watched my video, my video game review on World of Tanks update 1.26. Because this is the post episode after 1.26. This is right now the aftermath. All your crew is now done. By now, the timer has run out for you. Because you only have like 2 days from when you first update to get all of them done. That's it. So if you're ready to log on and download 1.26, dedicate the time to work on your crew. Otherwise, you're in trouble. Because once you download 1.26, you have like 2 or 3 days to get them done. That's it. If you don't get them done, you're screwed. All these brand new skills, you won't be able to activate them unless you train another one. Instead of retraining everybody the right way, you'll have to do it the wrong way. So by the time, if you did follow my advice and you got it done, it looks like this. Congratulations. Now I'm going to see if it makes a difference. Granted, I'm really not in the sorts to be able to really play a good game. But still, if I can get a good game out of this, then you know the cruise. Then you know this new cruise system, if it's done right, is doing a good job. Because if I get a good game in, you know it's going to do a good job. But you have to make sure that your crew is acclimated just the right way. Remember, I think they only give you like 72 hours for when you first update. That's it. I didn't mention that in the update, but trust me, I think they only give you like 72 hours. What I did was, the day I did that video game review, the entire day I spent working on every tank in my garage. The entire day I did every single tank I own. And let me tell you something, it paid off big time. It really did pay off. Anyway, let's get started. Let's see how much of a difference this makes. Of course, not a good tank because they don't really have a lot of skills. But I do have the firefighting and the repair skill 100% maxed. Obviously, anything that involves camouflage or standing still, don't bother. Because it's either all or nothing. Your camo skills will not go up unless you have camo on the tank, the camo net, and the crew has to be at 100%. All of them. Otherwise, no bonus. Remember, bonuses are all or nothing. Now, the only difference is firefighting. Firefighting, Radio Man only. Okay, I'm going to follow the heavies just because I can. Because this tank is extremely slow, and by the time I follow the mediums on the other side, I'll be dead. So the best thing to do is support the heavies at this point, because I think they might need some help. Let me see if I can spot the heavy tanks. Let's see if I can spot the heavies. Let's see. Oh, he's gonna pop up over there? Oh, okay. I've been spotted. Okay. I don't know why he stood out in the middle, stood out wide in the open like that. That made no sense. Fuck me. Today's not my day. I'm getting everybody's way. Let's see. Looks like the crew is gonna have to do most of the job for me. I see you, bastard. Take that. You got a flat tire. Jesus, I can't pen anybody. My God. There's absolutely no penetration in this tank. What are they gonna do? That's what happens when a medium follows heavies. That's one reason why you have to be very careful which way you go, because one way the heavies are gonna go, another way the mediums are gonna go. So the medium should be standing out in the back. I feel as though if I stand out back, I'm not helping. So there's really nothing much you can do. I mean, granted, the entire team now is going to go... The entire team is now going to steamroll through this way. And they're going to go through here, hit this, kill him, and capture the flag. If our team doesn't get here within the next half a minute, they're going to start capping. We're going to lose. That's how the game's going to go. I'm telling you right now. Mark my words. We're going to exit out of here, and it's going to say loss. I guarantee you. Watch. Our team is not going to make it here in time. And the other team is going to make it to the flag first. And we're going to lose. That's what's going to happen. See? Told you. Been playing for 10 years. I know exactly what's going on. There you go. Granted, there's one tank destroyer there. Actually, let's see how he does. One lone tank destroyer. Protecting the base. That's it. One. See if he makes it there in time. No, he's not going to do it. Nope. Timer starts. Come on, somebody do something. Heavy, do something. The Heavy's AFK, obviously. That whole big group. And now he's calling for help. You should have thought of that before. Where were you? You lost. That's how you know you lost. When team members forget what their job is, that's how you know you lost. If you ever forget what job you are, what job your tank is supposed to do, then you guaranteed are going to lose. A tank destroyer's job is either to... A turretless tank destroyer's job is either to defend or support. That's it. Heavy's job is to go up. A medium's job is to either go up or up or back. Either or. It depends on the situation. In that game, I could have been more useful staying back. Now, in that game, if I stayed back, what would have happened was I would have been back, and all of a sudden I would have seen the wall getting destroyed, and I would have immediately called for help. Like crazy, I would have called for help constantly. And I would have eventually called for help, and I would have ducked in a bush and tried to camouflage myself long enough to spot them. Of course, my camouflage sucks in this tank because I don't have research, and I also don't have, well, I have a 3D effect. I don't think this gives any camouflage ratings, but sucks. This does not give a camouflage bonus, so this is not considered camouflage. So that's the part that sucks. This is a camouflage. Now, I have brothers in arms and firefighting. No camouflage. No camouflage net. Okay, guys? The only camouflage bonus I get is whatever this gives me, and that's it. %3 bonus to vehicle concealment. That's it. I get a 3% bonus. So my chance of staying camouflaged with this tank is literally nil. 3% is not enough. Okay. So first off, no defense with this. Knowing this, look at your skills. You'll see you have no camouflage abilities, no camo net. Okay, guys? The only thing you do have a 3% bonus in camouflage because you have obviously camouflage on. You have either this or this. See? Either this or this. Either one. You have either one of those on your tank, you get a 3% bonus to camouflage. A camo net adds an additional percentage. A camo net adds, let's see. If I would add a camo net, I would have 10% added. So I would have 13% added to my camouflage, right? Now ready? Let's do the math. With the new crew abilities, if we ever decide to go camouflage on all these guys, now if every single crew member has camouflage learned at 100%, you have a camouflage on your tank and a camouflage net. A 93% camouflage rating. Can you believe that? 93% camouflage. If you stop, nobody can see you. Period. 93% camouflage means you absolutely cannot be spotted if you're not moving. Period. Can never be spotted unless you're moving. Unless you're moving. If you're moving, you can be spotted. That's insane. Your camouflage rating is 93%. But remember, you have to have all members has to have camouflage learned 100%. Then you have to have concealment in the tank with the camo net. Okay? By doing all three of those, you almost guarantee that if you want 100%, I think there's another way. Let me look. I think there's a way to get a 100%. Let me see. There might be a way to get 100%. See this? If you want the camo bonus without having to train every crew member, give this perk right here. Put this perk right here in the objective slot. Okay? Put a camo net in here. Okay? Put a camo net, and to make things better, go through the equipment very carefully. Put a camo net, and there's one other thing, and that's this one. A camo net adds 10, they add 6. That's almost 100%. Perfect camouflage rating. Absolutely perfect. And your third equipment that you have there, binocular telescope. All you have to do is sit in a bush and do this. You could spot everybody and not be seen once. It's brilliant. Absolutely bloody brilliant. What you could also use if you really don't want to waste the too many slots, do the same, but instead of going through all that trouble, just do camouflage and this commander's vision system. Okay? You can do this. Now it looks to me like this would probably help a lot. For your third skill, you could probably do this. Because the commander, you can give this actually to a light tank. If you put commander's vision system on a light tank, and you have the camo net and low noise exhaust with a camo on you, with the camouflage perk, you'll be able to stay hidden and then give your enemies a -15 in concealment if they're behind bushes. So if they're up to 100% or 98%, that's all the more reason. That's all the more reason for you to get your camo rating as high as you possibly can. Because now you know that there are things in this game that can reduce your camo rating. See? So you may have a 95% camo rating. But if your opponents have that equipped, Commander's vision system, your camo rating will go down 15% if you're hidden in a bush, 10% if you're moving. So you'll still have good camo, but it'll go down a lot. Your chance of being spotted with this is very high. If you have this, your chances of spotting somebody, very good. That's why you need to keep your camo ratings as high as you could possibly get them. Because there are ways for people to lower your camo ratings, and this is one of them right there. People can very easily lower your camo rating. Okay? So you really have to pay attention to what all of these things do. I mean, all this equipment looks cool, but if you don't know what they do, and you don't know what the tank's capable of or not capable of, you're never going to do anything right. For example, if your tank doesn't have a lot of hit points, improved hardening, that might help. Well, there used to be improved hardening over here, but they got rid of it, I guess. See, 1.26, there are some things that they got rid of. So you have to be very careful. Yeah, that's why you have to. That's why after you're done with all the crew members and stuff, pay very close attention to everything, because they probably redid everything. The equipment, the crew, you name it, everything got redone. Even the consumables, you have to be careful. Some consumables don't work the same anymore. You have to be careful. The cooldown time. I think the cooldown time changed a little bit. It's 90 seconds now. I think it was smaller. Large repair kit's smaller. This one I think was a little bit smaller. See, now this is weird, because small repair kit used to repair one item that was damaged. Large repair kit repaired all of them. Now, if you look at the way it's wording, small repair kit repair all damaged modules. Cooldown time is 90 seconds. Large repair kit repair all damaged modules. Cooldown time 60 seconds. See? The consumables changed too. Be very careful. Read everything, guys. Treatment of all crew members. Treatment of all injured crew members. And removing stun effects. Cooldown time 90 seconds. Treatment. Whoa. There you go. Treats all injured crew members. Removes the stun effects. Can be used multiple times in a battle. Consumables removed after the battle if it was used at least once. So after you use a first aid kit, large first aid kit, you can use it again as many times as you want, but it doesn't go away until the battle's over. A large first aid kit may be expensive. In the long run, a large first aid kit is worth it. Because this is a one-time use. This can be used multiple times in battle. If the battle is over, large first aid kit goes away and you have to replace it. See, they change everything. You have to be very careful. Automatic fire extinguisher. Automatic fire extinguishes fires in your vehicle. Cooldown time is 60 seconds for the automatic fire extinguisher. Manual fire extinguisher. Fire extinguishing in your vehicle cooldown time is 90 seconds. Automatic fire extinguisher cooldown time is 60 seconds. Now this one you have to push it in order for the fire to go away. This one, it automatically extinguishes the fire for you. Now this, very helpful. Why? Because you don't have to go fire, okay, 4. You don't have to worry about fumbling for the button, trying to find the right button, push it. I mean, your tank already could have lost 100 hit points, but if you're not paying attention, your tank could lose a lot of hit points if you're not paying attention. Automatic fire extinguishers will automatically put the fire out for you automatically. If you could afford it and you have them, I highly recommend using these. These are much better. If anything gets set on fire, that will put out the fire automatically. As far as I know, this tank does not get set on fire that often, so this will not be used. That's why the manual fire extinguisher is probably better with this one. But we do have this, but not. This is not fully trained. So when this is fully trained, I'll get 80% firefighting speed. But with automatic fire extinguisher, this reduces the chance of fire by 10%. Now, if the tank suddenly catches fire, then that's part of the 90%. If your tank has a 100% chance of fire, and that reduces your, and the automatic fire extinguisher reduces your chance of fire by 10%, that means you have a 90% chance of fire. Now this guy increases your firefighting speed by 20%, and if it's only 23%. If it's fully trained, you have an 80% chance of that fire going out. 80% if it's trained up to 100%. Now, if you have manual fire extinguisher and that's trained at 100%, you're decent. But if you have something like this, 23%, I highly recommend you put in an automatic fire extinguisher. Until that firefighting skill is at 100%, always put an automatic fire extinguisher, because if by accident you get set on fire, he won't be putting the fire out. The automatic fire extinguisher will. Guys, got me so far? Now, the firefighting skill is only good for the radio man. Only good for the radio man. Don't bother with anybody else. Okay, guys? That's one of the perks that's only exclusive to that member. Let's go in a battle. We'll try to. I don't know if this tank really sets on fire a lot, but we'll see if I get set on fire. We'll see. I guarantee I'll probably get set on fire at least once. So we shall see. This is so many maps. I can't remember all of them. Okay, so this. All right, so I'm going right. I'm within. If you're within the top 5 in the rankings, always go the way the heavies are going. If you're within the top 5, if you're within the top 5 in your row, always go the same way the heavies are going, so you could provide support for them, whether you're medium or not. The reason why is because the higher in the tier you are, the more help you'll be to them. The heavies can absorb more damage than you, so they might need help. Your job as a medium tank is support the heavy tanks. If you're high tier, try not to knock down too many of these things laying around here, because artillery is always watching. If they see you knock something over, they know somebody's coming. How do I know this? I play artillery a lot. I look and see if anything is knocked over. If it does, here they come. Now, some people like to go up on hills and peek over hills. You know? Some people like to do this. Stay here. Peek over, fire, and go back down. Problem with that. Underneath the front of your tank, the belly, right underneath, there's your weak spot. Every time you go up, that lower glacis is now exposed. Right there, your lower glacis is left exposed. So you're screwed. You have to be very, very careful. I was just spotted by... How did it ricochet? That went in. That was a very easy pen spot. I should have gotten... Oh, man. For real? I should have... Oh, I should have hit him. Hello. Nope, he needs to move. Okay. I'll get out your way, no problem. Is that a KV2? Hope the KV2 don't have a derp gun, because I'm going to go here. I don't trust that Object 274. I'm going to take a chance. Oh, he's behind the building. Oh, shit. Never mind. Yup, that medium just made me. That Object 274 is really worried about him. Somebody spotted me. And I'm hiding behind this thing. Who's watching me? Okay. I'm easily spotted. Oh, great. Wonderful. Now, I could repair the track or let it go. And wait for them to repair it. Now, once the crew repairs it, you have to give them at least a second or two to get acclimated back to their positions. So don't get right back into the battle if they repair it. If you push the repair button... Oh, shit. And of course, I got no pen at all. Okay, never mind. Oh my god. Did my driver just get hurt? Yeah, it did. Okay. I think my driver just did get hurt. Wait, there's 2 Audis in this one? I think I'm gonna go target the artillery. Try and find... I think I'm gonna try and find the artillery. No, the artillery is not there. I think the artillery's I think the artillery's here, guys. Cause I checked, he's not there. Someone just made me. Nope. Come on. Yes. Got one. Oh, there's the second one. Oh, I spotted him, but damn it, he made me. At least they know where he is. They know where he is, at least. So that's better than nothing. Knowledge. If the team knows where they are, they don't have to go searching all over God's earth for them. That's one less artillery for them to worry about. Considering I'm only a medium tank, that's really not bad. Even though it's a mid-tier medium, mid-tier mediums can do some damage. But with the gun this tank has, the best I can hope for is to try and support the heavy tanks. And that's pretty much what I did. I supported the heavies, but as soon as we got to the base, I had to make a decision. There's no heavies to support, so all I have to do is go for the flag or try to locate the artilleries and destroy them. Why? Because the lights didn't do that. That's the lights' job is to spot everybody on the map. If the light's not doing that, it's up to you to do that. The mediums have to lend a hand wherever it's needed. That's a medium tank's job. Medium tank's job is to support heavies and support whatever position is needed. That's, according to me anyway, that's what I think. I think a light's job is support whoever's needed, personally. It may seem kind of odd, but that's what I believe. Let's see what this is. You guys might want to look into that. That's not bad. Object 252U. I don't remember that. I don't remember the Object 252U. I think the Object 252U was an offshoot of the T10. I think it was an offshoot of the T10 tank. It it depends on what tier it is. If it's a tier 9, it is an offshoot of a tier 10 tank. If it's older, I don't know. If that's a tier 9, let's see. I want to see what tier it is. No, you gotta log on. Yeah, I'm not logging in. If they're not gonna tell me what tier it is, I'm not gonna bother. If that was a tier 9, I'm telling you guys right now. Wait. Still waiting to be claimed. Waffentrigger is back. You know I'm going to be covering that in my game reviews if it's back. Really. Okay, expect me to do a video game review on this in the future. When it finally does come out, I'm going to do a video game review on this. Once this is out officially, I will do it on this. You guys want to see the teaser? Let's watch it. May as well see it now. I'm kind of curious to see what's different. Of course, going to make everything look more epic. I want to know what the basic gameplay difference is.
What's happened? Where the hell am I? You.
Okay. That's different. Apparently, she's back, but she has help, which means it's going to be harder this year. Okay, expect me to do a video game review on this in the future. Expect this. That's gonna be coming soon. As soon as it's released, expect me to make a video game review on it. Yeah, it's not out yet. Okay, if it was out, they would change the background, or they would add it in here. It'd be in here somewhere. It would say the name right there on it. So, if it was out, or they would probably see the background would be different. Okay. Okay, let's try this tank. Now let me give you a background on this tank. This, in my opinion, could be the very first Soviet tank with an autoloader. You don't see many autoloaders on Soviet tanks. Nowadays, the Russian tanks have only autoloaders. Like the T-90s, the T-80s, T-72s. All the new Russian heavies all have autoloaders. And that happens to be their downfall because of where the ammo is located. Well, this happens to be I think this was the very first heavy tank from from the Soviet Army that has that autoloader built into it. Now, I don't know, based off of the real IS-3, I don't know where they could have put it. Obviously, if they had a loader, and if it was a regular IS-3, the loaders and the loaders and the gunner would be right here in the turret. That's why it's such a big turret. What I think is, I think they have all the ammunition here in the turret. I think maybe they have the ammunition automatically in the turret. And a big autoloader right here. And they probably have ammunition cartridges that they load in once the ammunition's empty. I think what they do is, I think I don't know if the new ones have ammunition cartridges. They have ammunition in the tank, right? They load the cartridges and then shove the cartridge in, and then it fires. Okay? That's why it takes so long for the autoloader to reload. But the old autoloaders, I don't know if they have to load the shells in to the gun manually. Because I do see a loader, which means that the shells have to be loaded into the autoloader, they have to be loaded into the autoloader. Which means instead of loading one shell into a gun, then firing, then grabbing another shell, loading it again, then firing again, they have 3 shots in this autoloader. The loader needs to load in 1, 2, 3. Then you could fire 1, 2, 3. So if you have an autoloader in a tank, make sure you load in every single load skill to decrease the loading time, period. Otherwise, it's going to take forever for him to load those shells in, depending on how many bullets you get. You with me so far? Think of it. You have a tank. It has a gun, right? Let's say you have an M16. M16 has 10 bullets loaded into that cartridge, right? Let's say you're out of ammo. Most people just put another cartridge in. What if you don't have that? What if you have bullets? You gotta load in the cartridge. Okay, take the cartridge, take the bullets, load them in. You have to take the cartridge, grab the bullet, load the bullet in the cartridge one at a time. That takes a long ass time to do. The better loading skills you give that loader, the faster he will load that cartridge and get you going so you can fire again. So if your tank has an autoloader, make sure all of your skills reflect loading. Okay, guys? Make sure any skill that involves quicker loading, make sure you have it. Now, I don't really think there's any real big loading skills. I mean, that's a gunner skill right there. All I know is safe stowage. Safe stowage is a loading skill. And I don't know if they have that anymore. Safe stowage protects the ammunition from getting... Safe stowage reduces the chance of you getting ammo wrecked. I will say that. I don't see that here. And considering that this, so that's the gunner perk. He's the gunner and the loader. So where's the loading skills? He has a dual qualification. Oh, the bonus perks. These are loading skills. See that? He's a gunner and a loader. Your bonus perks are the second skill. That's your first qualification, the second qualification. Those are bonus skills. Your bonus skills are your second qualification. These are your loading skills. Now, if you have an autoloader, you have to make sure you read everything. Ammo tuning says, when fully trained, increases the minimum potential damage and minimum potential penetration by 2%. Nothing to do with loading. Moving on. Fully trained decreases gun loading time by 2.5% at distances less than 50 meters. That might come in handy if you're going to get into close quarters combat with people. Which means you're guaranteed to load that thing faster. Now, that would be really good on an autoloader. And I'll tell you why. Because an autoloader takes longer to load. So if you ran out of, if the autoloading is completely out of ammo, you have to now load 3 or 4 shots in. If you're in close quarters combat, you're as good as dead. He's got you at point blank range. You have to think fast. If you can't think fast, you're dead. Plain English. With a heavy tank, this might be good. But again, this is what's called situational effect. Which means this is very situational. Because think of it. What's the chance of a heavy tank getting in close quarters combat? Other than ramming somebody. If you have an autoloader, the chance of you needing to reload in melee combat range is here. Chance of having to reload in melee combat range is very rare. Because nobody's stupid enough to do that. But then again, there are people that will do something like that. So, obviously, you have to be very careful. I personally don't put my heavies in close quarters combat. The only time I will melee ram charge them is if I have a high speed. If my tank is fast or swift, or I'm going down a hill, and they're at the bottom of the hill, I will ram them head on. But then I will have the driver take a specific skill. And I'll show you that skill right now. Now, if you want to do that, I'll have the driver take controlled impact. See? Now, if you're a heavy tank, you're going to deal more damage. If you're going down a hill, you're going to deal even more damage. Controlled impact reduces the damage you take and increases the damage they take based off the damage you were supposed to take. In other words, instead of you taking some and them taking some, it takes everything you're going to take and puts it into what they're going to take. Plus, you're going downhill, it further increases it. You get it? That's how ramming damage works. And that's how controlled impact works. So all these new skills really do make a difference. For example, engineer. When it's fully trained, increases the top, forward, and reverse speed of your vehicle by 1 kilometer per hour. The penalty to a damaged engine is 20%. The penalty to a damaged engine is a lot more. If you have an engineer, the penalty of a damaged engine is a lot less. So if your engine constantly gets knocked out, it really is something to think about. Of course, this obviously has to be done by every single crew member before this new update. One crew member could have this, and their concealment would increase by a certain percentage. All crew members have to have this 100%. Otherwise, no concealment bonus. Same thing with this. Crew efficiency bonus increases for each member that has brothers in arms. But if all the members don't have brothers in arms does not go into effect at all. It's useless unless they all have it. So if one member has it, reset the whole crew, give all of them brothers in arms, and redo the rest of the crew members. That's what I suggest. Of course, I just went over this in my last video game review. I went over all of this. I was just casually going over it again. That's just some things you worry about. So now, once you get all the crew members learned and they have all the crew skills they need, and all at 100%. Now, the repair speed would be at 100% or 95% if all of them were learned. These two, because of these two, it's 82%. He's at 89%. So, that's not enough. If you want to increase the crew, if you want to increase the amount this crew is learning, profile, accelerate training. See that? Click that. Use crew books. Increases whole crew, whole crew, whole crew, whole crew. Selected crew member. See that? This is one crew member. It only increases only one crew member. Or free experience. Now, if I use free experience right now, considering all the free experience this tank has, I will only, if I use all of it up in one shot, I'll only get him up to 90%. That's it. So, don't want to waste all the free experience. Considering I don't mind playing this tank, I'll waste it. We'll do that. Okay. There we go. We're all set. 90%. Now, the repair speed should increase significantly. When that gets up to 100%, that should increase significantly now. Because all of them will have repair. So now I need to be careful with this tank now. If something gets broken, I can depend on them to fix it. But if I'm in a bad spot, repair kit. The only time I'll activate a repair kit is if I'm really in a bad spot and that particular item needs to be fixed. For example, a fuel tank. Always use repair kits on ammo racks and fuel tanks. Always use repair kits on ammo racks and fuel tanks. If someone hits your ammo rack or your fuel tank, the whole tank will explode. You'll be screwed. Okay, guys. Fuel tanks. Now, the part that sucks about Soviet tanks, fuel tanks are right there. So, I mean, you really can't miss them. They're right there. Ammo rack is in the turret. I'm telling you right now, because this is an autoloader, I'm guessing it might be although the T90, the brand new, think about it this way. The brand new T90, the Russian T90 that went to Ukraine, has an autoloader built in. The automatic carousel for the autoloader is underneath the crew. Okay? So the crew has to load. When the carousel is empty, the crew has to load the shells. The loader has to bend down, open the door, and load the shells in one at a time. That's odd. It's a really big carousel with all the shells loaded into it. That's one reason why you're seeing the turrets popping off on the T90s, because all they have to do is hit the turret. The explosion will set off the ammo rack that's underneath the crew, and the whole explosion will blow the turret clear off the tank. Now, I don't know if they did the same thing with the old tanks. Who knows? I mean, I personally think that they were smart back in the old days, and they at least had an ammo. They at least had a loader, an auto-loading cartridge, like they do nowadays. But they probably did. Maybe that was a Soviet thing. Maybe that was done during Soviet days, having a carousel. So, but carousel is something that the Russians and the Soviets used to do with their autoloaders. So you really have to be careful. Very careful with the turret. When you're playing a Soviet autoloading tank, you have to be very careful of the turret. Do not let anybody hit the turret. I don't know if they do this for the, I need a drink. Hold on. I don't know if they actually do this for the game, but in real life, if you hit the turret in a certain way, in a certain place, the turret will pop right off. I've seen turret tosses in this game. When your tank is destroyed, if you hit just the right spot, the turret will fly right off. If somebody has an ammo rack in the area of the turret and somebody hits the ammo rack, the whole thing goes and the turret tosses and he's dead. I've seen that in this game. I've seen people with no turrets. That means that tank has an ammo rack underneath the crew, and the crew the crew that was in that area is technically deceased. We will say they're deceased. And as far as the game goes, they're fine. But in real life, they would be deceased. If a tank ever tosses a turret, ever, the entire crew is dead. Guarantee you. In this game, no. Nobody's dead because they're just fine. They just jump out of the tank and say, let's go. But you really have to understand the logistics of these tanks and how they work. Because realistically, autoloaders and tanks, they are really cool. But they pose a tremendous danger. Because unlike the original tanks, we actually have the shells around littered in okay. With the older tanks, they have shells mounted on the walls of the tanks. Let me do this round first. After this round's over, I'll explain more. Okay, we're gonna go this way. Now, we're going to talk about that when we get back to the garage. For now, I want to go over the difference between IS-3, IS-3-2, and IS-3A. IS-3 is a normal IS-3. And IS-3-2 is an IS-3 with a bigger turret, more armor, and 2 guns. 2 guns, 2 loaders, 1 for each gun. This has 1 loader with an autoloader. So instead of having 2 loaders, you only need 1 loader. That was a stupid move. I shouldn't have did that. He's a tier 9. I should be behind him. Oh crap. I've been made. Nope. This is not going to work. I'm in a bad spot. Help. Hey, where the hell are you going? I have 2 tanks breathing down my goddamn neck. Where the hell are you going? Jackass, I'm here to help you. Freaking dumbass. He moves. I try to help him. And meanwhile, he disappears off the face of the earth. I love it. Oh, no, he's gone now. You know what? Screw you and the horse you're riding on. I came over here to help you and you disappeared. Fine, you're gonna disappear? I ain't staying. And I ain't helping you either. See, this is one moment where you just sit there and go, you know what? You can't. I came over to help him. He went the other way. Meanwhile, there's people coming around this corner, and they're gonna come around any minute now. So I'm not gonna be there when they do. I'm gonna be sitting here, and I'm gonna be getting ready. See? I don't care. Fuck. Damn it. I didn't even know he was there. I had no idea he was even there. I had these guys coming from this way. So I came over to help him because he was all alone. He left me alone against 3 heavy. So I went... Telling the truth. Sitting in one place, not doing anything, does not get you XP. What the hell did they do? I messed something up. Whatever, that's fine. Okay, tank destroyer time. Those of you guys that are not familiar with tank destroyers are tanks that don't have turrets. Remember, you have to depend on the speed of your tank to turn. Your turning radius has to be fast. Otherwise, you're really not going to do anything. So try to get things that allow you to increase your speed. Sound detection, firefighting, sound practicality, designated target, nope. Anything that increases your speed will help. Enhanced gun lane drive, no. Well, this increases the concealment rating by 5%. If I add this, it'll be 7%. If I add this right now, my concealment bonus will be 7%. No, it'll be 17% because this gives 10%. So add on, if I add on the okay, now we have concealment bonus of 17%, not including what we have here. Let's check and see if I get a bonus from this. I don't know if I get a bonus from this one. I get 4% bonus. Wow, okay. So 17, 18, 19, 20, 21% bonus. I have a 21% concealment bonus without having concealment here. That's not bad. If the crew had concealment, we'd be in better shape. The crew doesn't yet. The next time, they will all have concealment. Brothers in Arms is always first. So, I can't depend on concealing yet. Okay, that's what this is for. This increases the crew efficiency bonus by 10%. Which means if it gets set on fire, they're going to put the fire out a hell of a lot quicker. Which is the reason why I have a manual fire extinguisher. I don't need the automatic fire extinguisher because the crew is going to do a good job because of the extra combat rations. You understand? Add 10% to all crew scales, and that's what your crew scale is really at. 10%. 24% firefighting. That's not that bad. Granted, you still have to hit, you still have the option of hitting the 3 button and stopping the fire, but if you want them to put out the fire, they'll put it out in a fairly decent time. So, again, all of this depends on what your intentions are. The idea of even bursting into flames with a tank destroyer is rare. Because most likely, unless you're playing an assault role, nobody's even going to see you. And by the time they see you, the whole team is usually dead. In this case, now, this is the moment where a tank destroyer has to guard the base. Unfortunately, this is not good because we are in a city, I think. No, I'm gonna have to go this way. Now, I have no place to hide. I'm assuming that the heavies are gonna go through the city. So I'm gonna have to take this way. I'm gonna plant my fat ass in a bush. I'm gonna head this way and plant my fat ass into a bush and not move a muscle. Anybody goes anywhere near the base, I will know it. Except this time I'm gonna tear down all these walls and make sure this is wide open. Okay. Someone spotted me from this direction. Yep. That's why you have to get into position early. Otherwise, you're dead. That's one reason why you have to get into position early. How am I supposed to spot them? I'm facing forward. I can't spot them. I don't have a turret to face forward. I can only spot them here. Not here. You have to have a turret to do that. What I wanted to do is I wanted to get here and face this way. There we go. Yes. I wanted to get here so I could face this way and just park. Anybody goes near the base, snag them. That was what I was gonna do. Unfortunately, I was made before I got a chance to do that. That's just the way things go. Those few brick walls. See? There you go. Now I could have been in that bush taking that shot on that Iron Arnie, and he would have been dead, and our artillery would not have been touched. Period. If I had just made it to that bush in time without getting spotted, I would have been fine. Our artillery would have still been alive. See what happens? Meanwhile, we have other tank destroyers. Not one of them decided to go that way. I was the only one that went that way. So where are they? Huh. They went the same way the heavies went. Obviously, you don't go that way. You're supposed to have at least one person to guard the base, which is supposed to be me. But it is what it is, guys. I had a plan. I executed it, but I got spotted. I think the mistake I did make was hesitating in nailing those brick walls down. I think that's my biggest mistake. I think by doing that, I think I might have. I didn't make the. I don't think by doing that, I even messed up the Audi that got killed. I highly doubt that. Although me knocking those walls down was for my own purposes, because I didn't want to waste a shot on a wall. I wanted to hit the people, not a wall. I'm not a big fan of artilleries, of tank destroyers, but it is what it is. Okay, we're going to try this tank. Just because we can. I redid the skills with this tank. I redid all of them. Let's see if it makes a better difference now. Hopefully it does. All of these tank people did not have Brother in Arms. All of them did not have repair. All of them did have concealment, which I got rid of. Because I don't see myself staying back and sniping with this tank. Sometimes I should, but I never do. I never do. Okay, I am mid-tier, which means I should take the... I'm not mid-tier, so I should take... Oh. Yeah. There's nobody going this route. I'm going to go this way. The heavies normally go down this road. Oh, we're on the other side? Oh my god. Heavies usually go this way. Oh, shit. Let me see. Nope. I was in a bush. Officially in a bush. In concealment. Now let's see how my camo rating was. Let's add up my camo rating when we get back to the garage. Okay, guys? Let's make sure we add up the camo rating when we get back to the garage. I should not have been spotted very easily. Well, I don't know. It all depends. He has concealment. Nope. She's not done with her concealment. It didn't work. Hers is not trained yet. That's why. Plus, I don't have the camo net. If I had a camo net, it'd be better. And if I had the low noise exhaust, it'd be a lot better. I don't. It depended too much on this, and that's not trained. So, that's what happens. That's what happens. See what I mean? You think you got everything under control. You don't. You miss one thing, and everything goes to hell. That's the way this new system works. You have to make sure all your eggs are in one basket. Make sure everything's perfect before you depend on something. Now I know a camo net has to go in here, and a low noise exhaust has to go in here if I need to stay back and snipe. Until all the camos, now when all these camos are learned, I can then take one of these camouflage things off and put another one on. Again, I'm wasting kits to remove the equipment, but has to get done. Otherwise, she's gonna die. Let's see what we can do. So low in credits. I'm gonna stay on the premium tanks. I'm so low on credits. I'm afraid. I really am afraid I'm gonna get too low. So let's try it. I really am low on credits, so we're gonna keep going. Alright, now this one was redone. I redid all of these guys. This should be a really big difference now. This tank was not doing well at all. The crew was not working right. Let's see if they work better. See, we lost that one, guys. Let me see if we can try and sneak over. Oh, I think I spotted a medium tank. Come on, load faster, damn it. I have that tank. I already know I already know where the weak spot in the armor is. Come on, load faster, damn it. Fuck. Just not loading fast enough. Oh, 2 guns. And both loaders are at. Do I only have 1 loader with 2 guns? Or do I have 2 loaders with 2 guns? I need to check this. What's now? A 703? It's object 703? Alright. I need to check. How many loaders I have? that's not fast enough. But Funko, I have two loaders. Two loaders, and both of them are loading like their asses, like they gotta take a shit in their pants. Why? Retarded bullshit. Oh my god, they load like jackasses. God damn, they're so slow. Totally don't understand why. Okay, let's try something. Now, let me show you guys something real quick. Where's Germany? Germany, medium. See the tank? This is the tank I was playing against. Now immediately people would buy this and they would think, gee, this will deflect armor, won't it? This will deflect the shot, won't it? You saw what I did. I aimed right for the middle and it went right through. And he took a lot of damage. This is nothing. Now remember, you have to look. Behind this, it doesn't look like there's any armor behind this. There's nothing. Now, if you look very carefully, you don't see any armor behind this at all. Nothing. There's zero armor behind this. The front has literally, the only armor that's in the front is what you're seeing right here. Its lower glacis plate's probably non-existent because of this damn thing. Honestly, the shots go right through it, so it's not going to help. The most you can hope for is if somebody aims a high explosive shell at it, it's going to bounce. But if they shoot an AP round at that shovel there, it's going to go right through. I'm telling you right now, I own this tank, it's going to go right through the shots. It's best to try and increase the speed as much as you possibly can. Increase the speed tenfold. We're talking additional grousers. Mobility improvement system. Upgraded to a tier 3. That's equal to a turbocharger. Experimental equipment, that's equal to a turbocharger. See, a tier 3 mobility improvement system. What you do is take an experimental equipment and you have to destroy it. No, you have to upgrade it. Once you upgrade, they'll ask for components, which is these. In order to get these components, you have to disassemble experimental equipment. So I have to disassemble something. So let's see, upgrade Say, look, you can upgrade this to tier 2 if you want to. I don't see any of these that should be upgraded. See that? You can just simple. This is the improved. Let's see, I don't think you can. No, I think only experimental you could upgrade. Now let me see. They don't have anything to improve the speed other than that. That restores hit points. Repair speed. Now, if you want to increase the speed that the crew automatically repairs the tracks. Now, if somebody's always blowing your tracks and you don't want to use a repair kit, you want the crew to fix it, and you don't have all of your repair modules set up yet, try this. Survival Improvement Suite. Increase the vehicle hit points. Increases internal module durability, which means the reload, which means the reloader, engine, fuel tank, it all gets a durability bonus with this. Suspension repair speed gets a buff. It gets -40 to loss of engine power when modules are damaged. Now when you have a damaged engine and the crew fixes it, your broken engine, the crew fixes it, that means that the engine's damaged. For example, if you have a track, right, and you let the crew fix the track and you get going, that track works, but it's damaged. Remember that. You now have a damaged track, so that track is more likely to get damaged again because it's been damaged. Unless you repair it back to normal, that track is weak. Fuel tanks don't get damaged. Fuel tanks either blow or that's it. Fuel tanks are supposed to be damaged. But if fuel tanks are damaged, you start leaking fuel. Which they don't have that in this game. I don't know why, but they just don't have that in this game. So a fuel tank either blows or it doesn't. So fuel tanks are probably the most important thing in your tank. Because fuel tanks cannot be repaired by the crew. Fuel tanks have to be repaired by you. You have to repair the fuel tank, and if you don't, I'm telling you right now, the whole tank will explode. If you don't repair your own fuel tank, you're in big trouble. Now, the one thing that guy did was a big mistake. He inched up like this. And he inched up like this. Now, this is a big mistake because all I have to do is pop a shot right here. All I have to do is aim for the lower glacis right here. And he has 0 armor in that lower glacis. Nothing. No armor. This is not armor. This will not protect you. The shot's going to go right through it. And when it does, it's going to do tremendous amounts of damage. See it? See right there? There's nothing there. There's no tank there. There's no armor plating there. There's nothing. It's just equipment. That shovel is attached to the underside of the tank. Okay? Which means there's no armor behind that shovel. So all I have to do is aim for the shovel. It'll go right into the tank directly. All you have to do is hit one HE shell in the bottom of the glacis of that tank. Whole tank will go up. There's 0 armor in the front. Nothing. And the front is the most important part of the tank. And they left this tank with no armor in the front. And no speed either. This has to be one of the worst tanks in the game. At least if I have speed, at least I have something behind me. Speed and concealment. Concealment I have. See? I'm good. Speed I didn't have. But I have this, and this, and this. So now I should be okay. So instead of a slow crawl, I'll do a fast. So you do a tier 3 in mobility improvement. Additional grousers. Excellent fuel. And in your additionals, light or alloy mounting points. Suspension arm tuning. Turbocharger tuning. Okay? You do those 3 in that order with excellent fuel, a tier 3 mobility improvement system, and your additional grousers, and the tank, instead of moving slower than a heavy, you'll move at a fairly decent speed. You saw how slow that tank was going. He had the same tank as this one. I want you to watch how fast this tank is going to go now. And the fact that I'm on low tier, that's how bad this tank is. But what they don't know is that this tank can actually move now. So now instead of me going this way, I can now go this way. Big difference. I can now join the mediums. Yeah, I'm still slow as balls, but I'm not that bad. See? I'm really not that bad. This tank is slower than a Tog. It really is. tank is a lot slower than a tug. But if you do just the right additions to a vehicle, you can increase its stats even if it doesn't have extra engines, any upgrades, period. If you really like enjoy stuff like a TOG or something like that, you really enjoy playing that tank, beef it up. Work on it. If you really enjoy tanks like a TOG, make it better. Work on it. This is slower than a TOG. That's because I'm moving. I gotta remember. There you go. Now I'm visible. Now they can't see me. But I need to be careful. This lower glacis is not gonna fix itself. Because I don't have armor on the lower glacis. I don't have armor on the lower glacis. I have no armor on this thing. I have more armor on the side of the tank than to the front, which is sad. I actually don't have any armor on the front. Now I'm going up a hill. I'm peeking over a hill. That normally takes up a lot of speed. My speed is not reduced. See? Big difference. Someone spotted me. I don't know who it is, but someone spotted me. Yep, it was that light. Maybe I could try and spot that light. If I could spot him and give my team a fighting chance. They want me to go back. Okay. I can see why. Because yeah, and now I can see why. We lost the city. City's been overrun. Fudge, is IS-5 in there? Oh, I got a heavy sitting on cap. Screw. I didn't know. I had absolutely no idea. It's better. It's better than him hitting the front. I had no armor on the front. Now think of it this way. My armor in the front is 0. On lower Glacius, 0 armor. Nothing. Armor on the side is probably at least 12 or 13 millimeters, which is really nothing. So I mean, of course they're gonna aim for the lower Glacius always, because lower Glacius on the frontal armor, no matter what tank you have, is always going to be thin. So everybody aims for the lower Glacius, but on this tank, there is no armor on lower Glacius, so you have to really be careful, and you have to just sort of like sideswipe them. Or angle the front and hope to God that shovel will deflect. That's the best you can hope for, really. Honestly, that really is the best you can hope for. Here's some tips. If you do have that tank, tip number 1. Even though something is not armor, it doesn't mean you can't deflect it. So if you hit something head on, if they hit something head on, here's that shovel thing, right? We all know that that's armor. It does not armor. It goes right through it. But you angle it just right, like that, and they hit it, it's not going to penetrate because it's not even. It's going to deflect. It's going to deflect because they're shooting at it at an angle. If you shoot at something at an angle, it's not going to go in. It's going to go in the direction. It's going to go in the path of least resistance. Path of least resistance. If something is like this, path of least resistance is here. If something's like this, path of least resistance is here. If something's like this, path of least resistance is right through. And if you have no armor, you'll go right through it. That shovel has no armor. And underneath it, there's no armor. So you're going to go right through and it's going to kill your tank. By me going sideways, at least 12 millimeters of armor, at least 12 millimeters of armor. I could have just angled the front and hoped to God they would deflect the shovel. But if they hit an HE round into that shovel, I would have been dead anyway. So, if they're stupid enough to run an HE round into that shovel, I would have been dead anyway. So, no matter what, I would have died. So, no point. It's a glass cannon. That's what it is. There's no armor. The only way this is a good thing is instead of shooting it like this, you angle the tank and make somebody shoot it like if you make somebody shoot the shovel like this, there's a very slim chance it will deflect. If you make somebody shoot the front like this, it'll go right through. You'll be dead. No armor whatsoever at all in the front. Nothing. From here down, no armor. There's literally nothing there. There's no armor behind the shovel. Nothing. And this is not armor. So it'll go right through it. See? There's nothing there. See it? Right there? No armor. There's nothing there. So if they shoot the lower glacis, it goes right through the shovel, through, and right into the tank. The armor ends here. Upper glacis. There's literally nothing, there's literally no tank below here. And this is not armor. This won't protect you. That's just for show. But you can use this to deflect a shot. So basically make sure if you're going to have to face the front, angle the tank at extreme angles at all times. Angle it. Extremely angle it like crazy. Force them to shoot it like that. Because if they shoot it like this, it's going to ricochet right off. It's going to look, you're going to make it look like there's armor there. Okay, guys? Now, when you're looking at it from their point of view, it shows as red, which means you can't penetrate. Which means it looks like armor. Which means it's armor. There's armor behind there. Because this is actually considered armor. Because you angle it, it'll deflect. But if you hit it head on, it'll go right through. This is only armor if you angle it. That's it. This is a very complicated tank to play. Very hard. So if you're ever playing this tank, you have to make sure you play it right. Otherwise, you're in trouble. You're in a lot of trouble. Okay, let's work on some stuff here. Now, let's see if we can try and go the lower tiers. If there is any lower tiers, of course. I don't know if I have any lower tier tanks. I do. I have a couple. Do I have some? I don't have many. I have some. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's try this one. This tank is more accurate. This is, I call this a reenactment tank. This tank has anything that you actually see the name of the tank and the date after it is called a reenactment tank, which means the armor ratings are exactly the way it was in real life. They have this tank loaded exactly the way it was in real life. You cannot make any tunings to it whatsoever. All you do is add consumables to it. You can't add directives. All you can do is add regular equipment to it. Say you can't even use experimental equipment with it. You can use improved equipment. You can't use experimental equipment with it. It won't let you. It won't let you use bounty equipment either, because I do have bounty equipment. Improved equipment you can, only if you have those if you intend on using those optics, but you don't have it in. Now this improves the crew efficiency bonus. I don't think we have anything that improves crew efficiency bonus. Yeah, we have this. camouflage. I don't think we have camouflage. Do we? No, we don't. We don't have repairs fully maxed out yet. Now, because this is a reenactment tank, you're not allowed to use anything that involves camouflage. You're not allowed to put camouflage on this. Why? Because it's a reenactment tank. Reenactment tanks, you're not allowed to use camo. The sole purpose of this tank is to duplicate the real one. Is to duplicate the one in real life. This is supposed to act exactly like the real one did. The original T-34. This is supposed to be exactly the way the real one acted. The only difference is any crew bonuses that you give it and any equipment bonuses you give it, that will improve it. Now, this is a very hard tank to play. Very hard. Because you literally have nothing helping you. Only thing you have is what you equipped it with. And that's not really going to help that much. And the crew skills, good luck. The fact that I'm mid-tier, that means I have to go with the heavies. Which I'm not comfortable with this tank because this is not a real tank. I can't really go the same way as the heavies and expect to last too long. But at the same time, if I go this way, I'm not really going to get too far because the gun cannot be upgraded. Nothing can be upgraded with this tank. So I have to go this way. I have to hope to God that I'm actually going to help. I'll have to go this way. Because if I take the other way, I don't think I'm going to really do that well. And I'm not low tier, so I really have to do something. If you think about it, this tank is like a light. This tank is equal to a light tank. See the AMX 40? That's what this T-34 is equal to. I have the speed of a medium, but I'm a light tank. So really, I have to do the same thing that a light tank does. The fact that I'm mid-tier, that makes all the more harder. It makes my job harder. Because that means I have to push. Being a mid-tier, I have to push. I cannot stand back. I have to push. Otherwise, I'm going to get bitched at. If I don't push, I'm screwed. Okay, we're going to go this way. Hopefully we'll bump into something over here. Well, they spotted a tank destroyer. So maybe, just maybe, might be able to sneak in undetected, maybe. See, this tank is really, really, really crappy. Fuck, I'm in made. Too late, let's go. Nope. Ah, fuck. Damn it. Not good. 6. 4. Alright. Round 2. Now, where did he hit? He hit there? Fuck. Alright, he knows. That's where the driver is. He could hurt the driver again. Let me angle the... Let's see if we can angle the tank. Come on, guys. Some help would be nice. I got all the way there and they didn't help. Bohemian Nights? What's that? Oh, this is a special. Okay, this is a special mission. Only for this tank. Only if you win. Okay. Damage caused. Okay. This I can use. This I can use. That I can use. No. That I can use. That I can definitely use a class 2. Definitely. No, tokens. Like, you can cash in the tokens or something. Him, I don't think I can use because he's Czechoslovakian. You can't... Anybody who's meant for a specific country, you can't use it in another country. Only for that country. Granted, I do have some Czech tanks, but not a lot. Okay, so let's try it. Okay then. Now, if I remember correctly, this should go as primary. This should go in primary then. Because there's another tank just like it that I haven't worked on yet. This one. I don't believe I worked on that yet. But this one is different. This one you can put stuff on it. That one you cannot. Let's try another battle with this thing. I'm curious. I've been always experimenting with this tank. I like experimenting with this tank. Trying to find out if it gives you certain positions or certain abilities, or if it does certain things, or what's the purpose of this tank? I mean, is it a reenactment tank like I think it is, or maybe it's meant to just play and enjoy, not particularly work on anything? Maybe it's for those people that just like playing the game like me, and just maybe they give it to you just for working on a I could see this if you're working on the entire tree like I am, and they gave you something like that, I could see that, because that's a pretty cool tank. Granted, it's a T-34, but it's a T-34 that acts just like the real one. I mean, you can't change equipment, you can't do anything to it. You can't make it faster, you can't play with it, you can't do anything to it. The way it is the way it is. So now I'm low tier. I could scout, yes. But because it's a reenactment tank, I have to think and remember, can a T-34 medium from the Soviet Union really scout? No, it can't. So the best thing I could hope for is to head same direction that the other mediums are going, and that's it. All I can do is hope to God I can help. Whoa, went the wrong way. Whoa. What do we have here? Let me make sure I have my sloped armor. Make sure I have my armor tilted. Now before I go up, make sure the armor is not straight. Make sure I'm going up tilted. Okay, guys? Make sure you're going up in a tilt. Because this is not really a full game tank, if you get my drift. This is kind of like a Jesus, mother of God. Come on. Yes, finally. Thank you, God. Fuck. Not what I wanted to do. I can very easily get spotted this way. Which is what I don't want to do. I took a lot of damage in that one. Oh shit. Hit the wall. Hit the wall and spotted. See that? The cam on that? See the fact that it's green? That means I can go. Because that means I'm unspotted now. Now I'm spotted again. But I'm also next to a heavy, so they'd more rather hit a heavy than a medium. So if artillery really wanted to be a prick, they'd hit a medium. Where's that T-67? That's what I want to know. Oh, there he is. Okay, it's the first time this tank's actually made it and actually got a kill. That's how you play this tank. This tank has to be played very conservatively. Why? Because that's the way this tank has to be played. It's a reenactment tank. This is exactly like the real one is. Has to be played exactly a certain way. Direct hits, penetrations. 5 shots fired. Out of 5 shots, 3 penetrated. 3 direct hits, 1 penetration. The fact that I was using a HE shell, I expect that to happen because all my hits all the hits I did damage. All of them. The only exception was really 2 shots. So, well, no, 1 shot. 1 shot didn't do anything. So, I received 1 hit and 1 penetration. So I got hit once. It penetrated the first time and did the full damage to me. So it only took 1 hit to kill me. That seems right. The real T-34 really didn't have a really lot. The real T-34 didn't have a lot of armor. It was fast, yes. The Soviets made it fast, but that's it. Damage caused with your assistance. Like I spotted a tank and somebody hit it. I assisted somebody in damaging them. So when you kill a tank and when you spot them, somebody else takes a shot at them also, and you kill them, then you get this. Distance traveled. That's how long I traveled. Now I got 300 experience, a bonus experience because of premium vehicle. 452 experience. Now gold tanks get a bonus to experience automatically. See? Now you would think that gold tanks would get a bonus to credits, but it doesn't. So why? I don't know. See now, here's the difference between World of Tanks Premium and regular World of Tanks. Ready? World of Tanks Premium, I would have gotten 12,000 credits instead of 8. And 1,000 would have been put in the stock reserves. As soon as the premium time would have been over, and stock reserves would have been emptied and would have gotten all of it back. In reality, it would have gotten 12,000. It would have made 12,000 instead of 7. So, whenever you're playing this game, always try to get a premium account. Always. Try to, if you can afford it. If you have gold, you can afford it, try to get a premium account. Always try to get a premium account. While you're in premium account, the improved and that. While you're in a premium account, always don't forget to activate these. Because those will give you an additional bonus on top of the bonus you're already getting from the premium account. That will almost quadruple the bonuses. So if you're the entire time you're playing premium, grind like hell. All your non-premium and premium tanks, everything you have in your garage. I mean, we're talking open the entire thing up. Every tank you own. Something is going on. Not all my tanks are shown. That's why. All the tanks are qualified for Battle Pass that gives you Battle Pass points are active. The tanks that don't give you Battle Pass points are not active. And the fact that really I'm really trying to grind the shit out of Battle Pass, may as well. Let's see. Is this a French tank? I'm trying to think what country has wheeled tanks. I think that's France. Concept 5. I think that's... No, I think that's the UK. I think the wheeled tanks are the UK. Yep, that's the Battle Pass this year gives you a 3D style of this tank. See? 3D style goes right on top of this tank. It doesn't give you the tank, it gives you the 3D style for this tank. That's what Battle Pass does. Okay. Have a good night. Love you too. It'll give you the it'll give you only the 3D style. It won't give you the actual tank itself. So yeah, you're going through all this work just to get a 3D style. I mean, you're going through all this work just to get the style. All you have to do is just go to the store, spending all that time and effort and work to grind for the Battle Pass. See, look. You could spend money to improve the Battle Pass. See? Spend real money to improve the Battle Pass. And all you have to do is go into here and buy the 3D style you want. See? All you have to do is purchase the 3D style you want for whatever tank you want. Why go through all that trouble with the Battle Pass and you could just buy the damn style right here in the store? Yes, it costs gold, but what's the chance of you actually getting that 3D style? It's a very slim chance of you actually getting that 3D style. Few people, if none, ever reach the top tier. Granted, you do get prizes for completing each tier. But to complete the entire thing, you're never going to do it. Ever. I'm telling you right now, you're never going to do it. Been playing this game for 10 years. I've never gotten to the end in one of them. Ever. Never gotten to one of them, period. So here's the 3D styles I have. Unfortunately for me, the only ones I see that are Soviet based is maybe that. I'm not sure. Maybe that. That one. That one. Maybe? Probably not. This one I know for sure. That one is. There's German, French, Chinese. That's a Soviet style. So that's basically it. So that style looks like you can't buy it in the store. You have to actually win that. And how many people have a tier 10 tank? How many people actually have a tier 10 of a tank tree that is brand new? I mean, this tree just came out with the wheels. How many people have a tier 10 tank or is even going down that road? How many people even own this tank? You know what? Not worth the grind. Not worth the grind. I'm telling you right now, you're better off just enjoying the game and get each and every prize and decide whether you like the prizes they're giving you and which prizes look better to you. If you like this better than this, get the improved pass and try to grind until you get this. And then once you get this, decide what you want more. You like this better? Let the improved pass expire. And then get this. And then decide what you like better. This one or this one. There are certain moments where I do like the improved pass better than this one and this one. I like the improved pass better. This I do like better because those I never have enough of. Although I do like having more credits versus the premium time, but premium time gets more credits. Usually by the time I get something like this, it's usually the end of the night. I end up not using it. A mission for plus ×5 experience in one battle. A mission. You don't get ×5 experience in one battle. A mission to earn ×5 experience. I would think getting this far would get you ×5 experience in one battle. You're better off getting improved pass and getting 100,000 credits for that one. This is personal preference, whether you want true XP or combat XP. Personally, improved pass all the way with this one. Now you can either have a bonus to credits or bonus to crew XP. Oh, come on. This is a given. 1 day of premium time or 3 days of premium time? Please. Improved pass. 3 days. Now, a battle pass token. What's that, you ask? I'll show you once we're done. Or 100 bonds. Bonds are very hard to come by. If you have a chance to get bonds, take it. I have quite a bit of bonds. If I didn't have those, I'd be in trouble. Me personally, this expires at a certain point if you don't use it. So, I'm probably better off just taking the bonds. Because the bonds you'll always have. So, okay. Bonus to credits. Or one of these directives. Now, directives are purchased with bonds. A directive you have to purchase with bonds. A directive is usually good for like the tank when you put it on. But you can override that directive if you want to. You don't have to remove it. It's not like equipment. You're setting a directive to that tank. You're either trying to make it aim faster, trying to make it load faster. Directives are meant to improve the equipment you have on, okay? The directives you choose are based off of the equipment you have equipped. That's what depends off of. You have to look at the tanks you have and what equipment you have on them. See which one you might need there's a directive for. For example, if you want to go faster, fuel filler replacement, that might help. Anything involving fuel might be speed. P-battle maintenance, that might prevent anything from breaking down, like an engine breaking down or somebody shooting out the fuel tank. It might reduce anything breaking. Vent purge probably increases cruise skills. Optical calibration probably increases the view range. Stabilizer greasing probably helps the suspension. Orderly ammo rack probably prevents ammo rack explosions. It's kind of like, do you remember that equipment they used to have called wet ammo rack? They used to have it a long time ago. They don't have it anymore. It's gone. They used to have an equipment called wet ammo rack. Orderly ammo rack is like the wet ammo rack, except just make sure that the ammo is put away neatly so that they don't touch and explode. It's like the wet ammo rack. So, because I got rid of wet ammo rack, orderly ammo rack might help. So, if you used to use wet ammo rack, go for orderly ammo rack. I'm telling you. Because wet ammo rack is the same thing as orderly ammo rack. Aim tuning is really good for artillery. Because aim tuning increases the speed that the circle. You know what? When you're aiming and there's a circle and the circle gets smaller and smaller, aim tuning increases the speed that it gets smaller. It'll very easily go from here to here faster. That gets faster in a short amount of time. So, directives are really helpful. Really helpful. I mean, really helpful. Granted, this tank don't have directives. I will show you the one that does, though. Regular tanks do have directives. This one doesn't have one. This tank obviously can use one. Let's see what I have on this one. This is my tier 10. We don't have a camo net on this, do we? I should really put one on here, because we have 2 skills that are almost done. I really should start thinking about putting a camo net on here. Hmm. Okay. I explained to you guys what to do if the tank is too damn slow. And you absolutely cannot see this tank. No, this tank you cannot buy a better engine. This tank is what's called a tier 10. This is kind of tier 10s are like premium tanks. In a way they cannot. The only thing you can do is these. These you can do. Use experience and use these to improve it. Okay. Let's try something, shall we? Those of you guys that have never been in a tier 10 battle, you're about to see it. I usually try not to. I try my best not to play my tier 10s because they're usually very expensive, and usually end up doing the wrong thing. Always do the wrong thing. I don't want to say I'm a dumbass, but I usually always do the wrong thing because I don't play them enough. I'm not used to playing them a lot because to me there's no point. I'm going to hit the city. I'm gonna go through the city. Yes, no shit, we gotta capture the base. That's what it's there for. You think I'm going through the field with a tier 10, you're wrong. How was I spotted? There's buildings here. Wait. I'm slow. Give me some time. Jesus. Oh, come on! Thank God. Jesus, mother of God. Playing a tier 10 is nerve-wracking, guys. Because one mistake you make, you're screwed. This tank is extremely expensive to fix. You can't make a mistake when you're playing a tier 10. You cannot make mistakes. There's no such thing as mistakes. Mistakes are not an option, guys. Oh, Phenable go. At least I didn't have to pay $50 million to fix a damn thing. At least I'm still alive. And I got some cash. Well, okay. There you go. That's a bonus. 2 thumbs up. We got cash. Now, let's go over what happened. Assistance in destroying. Assistance in destroying. Critical damage. I knocked the track out. Big deal. Assistance in destroying could mean I spotted a tank. That's usually when you spot a tank, that usually will get you that. Critical damage. I hit a track. Then I destroyed the tank after I hit the track. Yeah. That was pretty much it. Oh, no. I did 514 damage to a tank. I got 1 penetration. Not quite what I had in mind, but still not that bad, though. Okay. 3 shots fired. 3 direct hits. Out of 3 hits, only 1 penetrated. And I was using AP rounds. If I used HE rounds, all 4 would have hit and I would have did damage. Only 1 of my shots did any damage. Apparently the gun, in the place I was aiming, the gun was unable to do damage. What I should have done was take a step back, breathe, change to a different ammunition, and even though I'm top tier, swallow my pride, change to the HE rounds, and go for the damage. That would have been the thing I should have done. I'm top tier. I should have no trouble beating it. No trouble hitting him. No trouble at all. That was a big mistake on my part. Big mistake. So, I got 3 hits. Out of the 3 hits, 2 of them penetrated. So with the third shot, tell me I shot at the air. Jesus, I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful in this game. I really do. Okay, this is the experience I would have earned. Because I got my first victory of the day, got my ×2, I got this. $18,794 I got. It cost me $24,000 to repair the damage to the vehicle. The vehicle was not destroyed. It was not destroyed, right? Because the vehicle survived. See, it survived. Still, the vehicle had to be repaired. Even though the vehicle was not destroyed, it still has to be repaired. Has to be. If they damage anything, it has to be repaired. So it cost me $24,000 for repairs. I only made 18. So it cost me $3,000 to supply the ammunition. If you're going to play a tier 10 tank, let this be a lesson to you. If all you're going to do is make that, it's going to cost you that to repair any damage to the tank, and that for the ammunition, and you're winning? Can you imagine if I lost this battle? How much I'd make? I'd be in the hole for at least 30 grand, maybe more. Now you know why I never played tier 10. This is why. Tier 10 is in my opinion, tier 10 is extremely difficult to play. You really have to be really on your toes. You really have to know what you're doing. Granted, I do know what I'm doing, but sometimes I try to do the right thing and nobody else does, and I get stuck. I try to do the right thing for the team. Nobody else does, and that's where I get screwed. So, with that, I'm going to call it. I'm going to pick a tank and call it. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment down below. Also, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it. See you next time. Don't forget Sunday 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I will be doing my live stream. Check me then. Alright, guys. See you guys later.